All right.
Maurice, sorry that happened at your home.
I get it.
See, that's why I keep folks away from mine.
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel, and I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 5. I think this is episode 22, so I think we got about, 8 more episodes, and then we'll have the reunion, and we out with Huntsville, because I think it's like 30 or so episodes. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Mr. CarlosKing, Kingdom Brain Entertainment, to the cast. And shout out to you for coming to my channel. Thank you for coming. Please like this video, share it. Also subscribe to my channel if you are new, and if you are coming back, welcome back. Thank you for coming. And also leave your comments to any of this commentary. So let's get on into this. I can't see me being too long with it because a lot of things was kind of like, it is what it is. I may get some people that are upset with me, and because I kind of see both sides. And I'm not so, even though I don't like them, I'm not anti-Scott's 1.0 in this episode. I know, so just hear me out. And if you still have conflicting views, let me know. So, all right, so we're getting into the aftermath after Kiki has thrown the drink in Tisha's face, and also after Marcel said that, get Kiki a drug test, make her. Amin instantly is pissed, and he goes after Marcel. But Marcel is backing out like the scared dude that he presents himself, and he gets himself into predicaments that can really result in people beating him down. Kimmy and Jalen was like, get out of here to Kiki and all that good stuff. Because really, Kiki, you did start the chaos and commotion. Nobody ended up fighting. It was just a little tussle. So Kiki and Amin, they leave, or at least go to the driveway, and they have a little talk. Marceau and Tisha, they're having their own talk with Kimmy to find out what's really going on, what happened. And Kimmy, as everyone else, is like, so she did all of this provoked? I mean, yeah. Some people can say, well, she was ignoring him. She was ignoring Kiki. There was nothing that made it escalate this way at this event. And because this is reality TV, all we can really think about, okay, Kiki, it looks like you won in a moment. You are the, outside of Marceau, you and him are the talk of the season. There's nothing that you can really, how can I say this? You can't really just justify why you did what you did. Even though while you were standing in the driveway talking with Mel, I think Mel was being very logical with Kiki and asking her questions, not jumping to conclusions. But the end result is, you're wrong. Because there's nothing that can really be explained as to why you did what you did. You said it's been a buildup. It's been a buildup for all these years and all this good stuff. They always doing stuff to me like this. But you still come around them. You know who they are. Marceau and Tisha, they know who you are. Why y'all too busy trying to force a relationship? I think along the lines that both parties have been wronged and been wrong in situations over the years. And we're just getting the, sequel of what has transpired between you all. And in a way, kind of just cut us out the group chat. Quit CCing us on emails because y'all don't even need to be family. So Kiki ends up saying, I'm done. I'm done with it all. Why weren't you done beforehand? I don't get that. I really don't. Amin goes away, and we'll get more into him later on in the episode. I don't think I'll be before you long. I'm just giving you a little grasp of what's happened or transpired. So everyone kind of congregates back to the sitting area outside. Marceau is there, and you can tell he's bothered. You don't really see him really just moody or whatever, but you can tell that he wanted to be alone. They're asking him how you doing, Mel, she did say, I don't think that really should have happened. Are you okay? So he's bothered by that. I can't help how he feels about it. No matter how much I don't like Marcel, I'm not going to sit there and just make him think that, okay, well, you deserve it. No, you didn't. I don't care how you treated the next person. That next person didn't do it to it. I don't care. But anyways, they talk a little bit about the whole situation again. In walks Tiffany with baby Ace. Now, I know some of y'all thought that baby Ace wasn't going to get no color, but he's getting some color. And I saw a recent picture on Instagram, on Tiffany's Instagram, that he's getting some color in him. So I guess Maurice didn't think that she was going to come, but they were glad to see her. So they also seen baby Ace, and Tiffany in her confessional was like, Lou couldn't come, so baby Ace is my +1, and Lou's doing what he always does, baseball. Now that right there, Tiffany, leads people to think that you are really unhappy that Lou is doing his job. So, hey. At this point, since things have has calmed down a little bit, all of a sudden the Jeep comes around to the backyard, and it's Jalen driving it. And Kimmy, she's already spotting it. She's like, that's my Jeep. That's my Jeep. So she gets up and runs to it, and she's all excited.
Now, Josh, my boy, I'd love to give you that. Honey car! There, you can do it. Just do it. And you did it. He's won the car. He's won. Look at him. Look at him. He's hugging his car. He's hugging his car. Congratulations. Hugging me. And good luck with your search for employment in the future. He's doing his famous victory dance. Congratulations. Showcase Showdown coming up.
And gets in. Hey, I've been wanting a Jeep for so many years. Like, this is the light moment that I think was needed after a whole heated situation. I'm glad that she's happy. I hate the one that purchased it. I have zero respect for Maurice Scott. I'm glad that Kimmy's happy. I wish someone else bought it. That's how disgusted I am with Maurice Scott. Ugh. But anyway, so everybody's celebrating. Kimmy brings over one of her best friends that's got a Jeep and all that. She hops in the car. Mel gets close, and they just start celebrating it. Then Kimmy goes and drives off, and she just said, I'm going to take it for a spin and all that good stuff. So as it becomes nighttime, Mel excuses herself. I think before Mel had left, they were still having a conversation concerning this whole Kiki thing. And they said, well, what happened? What triggered Amin to come after you? And I said, your wife needs to take a drug test. And they were like, ooh, I know y'all gonna hate me, but I can't say that Marceau went too low. I'm sorry. It's cringe. It shouldn't happen. But guess what? There's a reaction to action. And I can't say that what he said was too low. It's low, but it's like, I understand why he did say it. Let me put it that way. I'm not saying good job, Marceau, but I get what you did. Now, after Mel leaves and all that good stuff, they're having conversations. They bring up the B situation. Stormy's there. They're talking about the B situation, about her calling him a B. Well, you said that you was a big B, blah, 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 blah. Basically, Stormy's not taking accountability for what she said. And Martell said, I don't think it's right for any a wife to allow another woman to call their husband a B. And we still didn't hear Tisha really step up and say, hey, blah, 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 blah. So Marcel ended up saying, well, I guess Stormy understands because at least where she comes from, that's what they do. I said, ain't nobody in Mississippi just calling a man a B. I'm sorry. Y'all would do that behind closed doors and call him sassy and all that good stuff. All that traditional homophobia that happens in emasculation that happens behind the scenes. But to call a man a B to his face, because if still the roles were reversed, and Marcel had said that to Stormy, y'all would crucify him. So I don't get why that's acceptable. Does Marcel do too much? Does Marcel get into stuff that he should not be in? Yeah. Most definitely. They get on this whole, well, you guys were trying to get a reaction out of each other, da 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 da. I think she said, I know that you wouldn't really call me that, I think, as far as being a B, because you didn't really want to deal with Courtney Smoke. But it was too, what's the word? These folks were just liars. And it seems like what they don't want done to them, they'll do to someone else, but they don't want it done to them. But I'm glad Kimmy said something about Stormy. No, you wanted to call him a B. Let's stop it and stop playing these games as if it's just normal for women to call men B's. It shouldn't be more normal for a men to call women B's either. So stop it. Take responsibility, or don't take responsibility. I don't care. But quit acting like what you're saying is so normal, Stormy. They get a little bit more back on Kiki again. One of the cousins of Tisha, I think her name is Courtney too. They feel like, well, the cousin just thinks that she's hearing two versions of the story. She heard from Kiki, and now she's hearing from Tisha and Marceau, and it's not really adding up. At that point, I don't really know. At this point, I don't know who's lying, or who's not. I could automatically say that Tisha and Marceau are liars because I don't like them, but I can't, because I'm really trying to handle the situation delicately because we still don't have much information at all about anything. So it's like, okay, it's easy to make Scott's 1.0 the villain, and I can't. And as much as I love Kiki, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be fair, and I may just get some hate from that. I don't care, because people aren't saying everything that they should be saying to help me to have a clear picture. We're sitting up here guesstimating as to what's going on, and we just got to go by what each person is saying, whatever. So really, Marceau really goes into how he feels betrayed by Kiki, and also Tisha does too. Because it's like, why, after all the help that we have done for you, we were there when nobody else was there for you, when your husband wasn't there for you, when your mom wasn't there for you. I would like to hear from the mom after this episode has aired, because her mom has been caught up in mess because of the millimeters. And now I'd like to hear what she has to say about Marceau, and if that's actually true, like what happened in the past, like Kiki didn't really have any family or not. I don't think so, but hey, I don't know, whatever. So Stormy's like, this is too much. Y'all keep talking about the drug stuff, and Marceau was like, how do you know? And Stormy went on and said, I have a friend that was on drugs. And she's in, what Stormy said is that Kiki's in recovery. And Marceau was like, no, Stormy. And that's when Stormy goes into, okay, well, she used to babysit my son, but she had to stop. I had to stop her. And then Marceau wanted to know, okay, so why did you have to stop her? At that point, Stormy got emotional and she walked away. Marceau was immediately regretful for at least making her be emotional. He ended up going by her and saying, I'm sorry, I went too far, da-da-da-da-da. Even though I always think that Marceau don't have no heart or whatever, I mean, he did display something to us to let us know that, okay, maybe I shouldn't have taken this far. But he didn't expect that type of reaction out of her either. So he was like, ugh. But anyways, really, at that point, Courtney had came. She wasn't feeling no more. He got into the car. She got into the car. About to get into the car, and Nell came over, and they talked for a few minutes. She hugged her and all that good stuff, and then Stormy left. That was basically it for that night. Everything else should be really speed through because nothing else was really going on. But I think we do need to have stuff kind of de-escalate from that type of hype situation. So whatever. All right. So the next scene, Martell, he's in the gym, and he's going to help out Stormy's husband, Courtney, lose some weight, get him on a meal plan and all that good stuff. I don't understand why Martell isn't doing this for a job or having this as entrepreneurship, but okay. Chris comes by also, and they're all doing their exercise, and they get in on the situation with Martell still in the house, being a bum. Chris said, did you find someplace else to stay? Like, yeah. I got about 20 more days. So and Chris is like, I don't care where you go. Like, is it in Atlanta? Like, they think it's at Sheree's home. Well, according to Sheree at the Real Housewives of Atlanta's reunion, she said that she was done, even though she says she still talks about him. She still talks to him and all that good stuff, which I don't think is done. I'm sure she's still trying to get the deed. That's just my guess, because you would not want to be around a person after what has been exposed about him recently. And we all know all about it, so I don't have to go there. I think it was Courtney that said about Atlanta. Who knows? Who cares? Even Chris said, you could have went to Melody's house. I don't care. Just get up out of my house, Then they get on the topic of Marceau and what actually happened at the thing, at the barbecue. Courtney still feels a way about Marcel. You know, it's the way that he likes to do stuff to women and just being very emasculating and all that good stuff. I'm paraphrasing all that. But Chris was like, do you want to have a conversation? She's like, I'm not going to do that black. It's like, Marcel was like, well, because Courtney's like, well, I can have a conversation with him, but he's not going to change. But Marcel said, you know, basically you need to tell him, like, you don't like this and don't do this. And then if he doesn't, I think Chris said, y'all can just handle like men. Basically, y'all can fight if he doesn't do that to his wife and the people that he care about. That was the end of that conversation. And then the next scene, which is the final scene, I think it is. Yeah. The final scene is Kiki and Amin. They have moved again. Kiki doesn't like it, but Amin has moved because of their oldest son will have better chances at being utilized for a football. I'm going to say this, especially in the South. I'm not saying this for everybody, but what is it with you all that are trying to make your sons into sport athletes? This is the only way that these guys can make it. I'm not putting that on Amin because there's so many. I mean, Maurice is doing that to his own son. It's like, that's the best that you guys only could do as far as what their future should be. So Kiki just feels like, okay, so what about our other small children? They actually like the children. They actually like their school. Like, I'm the one that really deal with stuff with the children and all that good stuff. But when they said that they had to move again, how long ago was it that you had? Well, she was moving last season, because that's when Miss Wanda had came over to visit her because she was mad at Kiki for what happened between her and Tisha. And she came to confront her about that. So I think she was moving then or moving in someplace. So those are the type of people that I don't like to be around. It's like they move every 6 months, every year. It's really weird like that. Shout out to Toya and Dr. G, is it? On Married to Medicine? Eugene. Anyways, so they're moving and all that good stuff. They're at the storage unit seeing what they can get. Mel calls and is checking up on her. She's like, and Mel's in her confession like, you know, I checked up on Tisha and also Kiki, but I want to see her in her face to see if she's okay. You know, just to see if she's well, you know, and not in a way of, let me see you, let me check her out. No, I want to see how she's doing. So she comes by. Mel's being bone carry as to what was going on. They did poke fun at her addiction. They said it's not uncommon for Marcel to do that. Mel went on to say, you know, how they say that they really like Amin and all that good stuff. And Amin said that's not true. That's not true. He also feels like poking fun at a drug problem is not well, it's not good. I don't think poking fun at a possible cheating scandal to help ruin a marriage is fun either. Y'all ain't gonna win me on that. Sorry. Sorry. You get what you gave out. So as far as them liking Amin, Kiki and Amin said together, like, no, they've always treated me crazy and wrong because of whatever reason. They never liked me. They didn't go into details as to why or what actually has transpired. But of course, that shocked us and also Mel. Like, because they were like, I like Amin. And that's what Tisha did say. Whatever. So Mel does talk a little bit more with her concerning whatever this drug issue. What did she say? I'm trying to think about what Kiki said. You know, as far as any type of accusations that are out there, you know, why don't you just take a drug test, you know, just to prove them all wrong instead of them letting them do whatever. And then next thing you know, Mel said, I got a drug test in the car. I said, Lord. Oh my God. I don't know. But Kiki ended up saying something because they were talking about the actual drink dousing. That's what happened. Because that was a lot of liquid. I've been throwing drinks, but I've never seen somebody just do what you did or whatever. She said that she's now in therapy for anger management. One thing concerning me, I hate when people add stuff to stories after they done established this. But now you're telling me that you have anger management issues. What is going on with you, Kiki? And I'm questioning it that way because I like solid people, and we're just getting a bunch of stuff that keeps being thrown at us that just don't really add up. Again, I like you, but from the viewer that I'm watching and as you're talking, everything doesn't make sense. And so as far as this anger management, what have you done? Are you continuously getting into altercations? Are you being mean to people that don't Like, what is it? That's all I do have. Next episode, some stuff gets started. I don't think it's really action packed, but it's stuff that they were saying. I don't know. Tiffany, you're my girl. It looks like you're about to be in the hot seat again. But anyways, what do you guys think? You know, I don't know. I'm still seeing both sides. I need a whole lot more information, and I just can't be on one side because I don't like the person. Sorry. But please like this video, subscribe to my channel, also share it. And until the next video, peace.